Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your hostess with the mostest, Queen Karizma, and I'm back with a late night video and podcast. Okay, let me I just forgot about something. An alarm went off in my ear. My bad, y'all. But tonight we're gonna get into a crazy topic that I have touched on this channel, but I think that I am going to dive more into this topic tonight. Now, I spoke with a woman who is Jaguar Wright's former friend, and we talked about a content creator here on YouTube who is basically still doing the same things that he's been doing, which is targeting and exploiting Black women. And unfortunately, she was a guest on his show. And then he turned on her and began to target her and harass her according to her experiences. What I'm going to do, because I know it's late, I did send her the link so she can definitely join if she's still up. I wanted to go on earlier, but I did want to do a little research, okay, about everything that's been going on because I don't keep up with this content creator because of the negative energy on his channel, the negative people who follows him. So I don't keep up with him or anyone associated with him. Welcome everyone. So I'm going to get into what we talked about pretty much, and if she does decide to join, she definitely has the email. But I'm going to go ahead and get into it, okay? And I want you guys to really pay attention to this one because it's deep, okay? It's very deep. So let's just get right into it. All right. So who is the Sean Davy Way show? Who is the person behind the show? Well, I'm just going to give y'all a brief overview, okay? Sean Davy Way, he has, I believe, over 100,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken, at this point. He is a controversial YouTube talk host. He has his own show on YouTube called The Sean Davy Way Show. And he's basically known to his content to me is sensationalized. Like it's very salacious. It's he does exploit a lot of vulnerable individuals. These individuals seem to be Black women. So recently a woman who was on his show did reach out to me to go ahead and expose the show's manipulation of not only her but Black women that has been on his show. So yeah, okay. Keep up with me, okay, y'all? So, a concerned mother reached out to me via email, inquiring if she can share her troubling encounter with Sean Davy Way Show and the infamous soul singer Jaguar Wright. And I was like, okay, my initial thoughts, I was like, okay, please don't let this be like one of these trolls because, you just never know. And I know some people be like, please don't let, her be like one of these other bloggers. It's just a trust thing. But, I said, something told me talk to her because she gave me her number in the email. Something told me talk to her. Go ahead and call her. So I called her and we had a good conversation about everything. And I was just, encouraging her to keep her head up and things like that because he's basically harassing her on Station Head. He's harassing her on Instagram, insulting her weight, making fun of her weight, calling her derogatory names because of her weight, really tearing her down. He pretended to be a supporter of her. He wanted her to come on his show so she could tell her side of the story because Jaguar Wright had allegedly defamed her character. And I'm going to get into the story that she told me. So I want you guys to really listen closely. And again, if you have been targeted by this individual, please reach out to me, Tales from the Cult 777 at gmail.com, Tales from the Cult 777 at gmail.com, or any one of my other channels. All right. So let's go ahead and get into what we talked about here. So she goes by DJ Genesis. She told me that she's known Jaguar Wright for a significant period. Her child's father was in the music industry. He's no longer here. I did my research. Rest in peace to him. But he was a former member of the popular hip hop group Slum Village. So that's how her and Jaguar had a connection from Hollywood, the music industry, and plus she's a DJ. So she wanted to do a documentary, and she figured, okay, Jaguar, she has connections, so let me go ahead and basically connect with Jaguar so she could help me with this documentary. That's how they started basically becoming friends. Okay. So let's get into Legina Gold and Jaguar Wright. And this is the first time me talking about this on my channel because, like I said, I don't want to talk about certain topics because of the negative, bad energy that it brought and the negative people that it came along with it. I didn't want that on my channel. Um, so let's go ahead and get into it now because it all connects with this story. All right. So Legina Gold and Jaguar Wright. Legina Gold attracted a considerable attention online on the internet after she basically said in a video, she claimed to be the long lost and forgotten daughter of the late R&B singer Aaliyah and the disgraced R&B singer R. Kelly. Now, it was always a rumor back in the day that, with those two. So we just really don't know. So I'm just going to say allegedly, but this is what she claimed. The video went viral on TikTok, and all these bloggers started to reach out to her and interview her. And she was basically getting clout off of that. And so Jaguar Wright managed to basically form a close relationship with Legina, leveraging her popularity. And she basically continued to spread the unfounded claims about the mysterious notion of her being the daughter of Aaliyah and R. Kelly. She was basically playing on the people's ignorance, the public's ignorance of that, or curiosity of that. And she joined with Legina, and they started to make videos almost like really frequently. And it'll be on Jaguar's platform or it'll be on Jaguar's website. And Jaguar like kind of acted like a manager or something to Legina or something like that. She was kind of like managing what platforms she go to, what bloggers she go to. It's kind of like she was pimping her out virtually. In my opinion, is no better way for me to say that. She was basically exploiting her. A lot of people basically accused Jaguar Wright of exploiting Legina. And so I believe she's in her 30s, Legina as well. So how did Genesis meet Legina? From what she told me, she stated that Jaguar Wright contacted her for help. She basically said Legina was in trouble or needed some type of help, something with her safety. So she basically aided Legina to get a place in Dallas. And Jaguar and Legina lived in Dallas together for a brief period of time. Okay. I'm going to say allegedly. Okay. I could be off. Again, was my first time speaking with her. And so this is what I remember being told. So she helped out Legina. Legina moved to Texas, and her and Jaguar Wright started to live together for a brief period of time. And that's when they were doing those videos and all of that. So then I'm not too sure what exactly happened, but Jaguar Wright, she was arrested. Back in January, she was detained in January, following an alleged domestic dispute at a barbershop where her partner was reportedly getting a haircut. She came up with a member of Carbonation, allegedly a male member, and they allegedly jumped or tried to jump her husband. I don't know what happened with them, but they fell out. I don't know. Allegedly, they're separated at this point in time. But she got arrested, and then Legina basically and Genesis helped to bond her out of jail. And what they did was Legina basically filled out the paperwork, and she used, and I'm reading my notes here, she used Genesis' address on the actual bonds paperwork. So that's how Jag was able to get out of jail the first time she got arrested, allegedly. It was Legina and Genesis helping her to get out of jail. Now, then they went back to the videos. They started doing the videos together again. And what I don't know, because I wasn't following them. I already knew it was BS. But Jaguar was allegedly, she's being accused of exploiting Legina online for financial gain. And she also collaborated with other bloggers, including Sean Davy Way as well. And they basically exploited Legina. Um, Something happened where they fell off, and Legina decided that she didn't want to be around Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright wanted to randomly move to to Shreveport, Louisiana, and Legina did not want to go. This is from Genesis report to me. Okay, so again, I'm just going to say allegedly. She didn't want to go, so she basically reached out to Genesis and asked if she could basically help her get away from Jaguar Wright and Jaguar Wright's influence. Jaguar Wright basically was mad about that. She was basically upset with both of them, and she started saying all this stuff about both of them online. Um, so after that, Jaguar Wright retaliated against Genesis and defamed her character on the Sean Davy Way show. Now, Genesis revealed that Jaguar, in retaliation for helping Legina, went on her own YouTube channel and on the Sean Davy Way show to allegedly defame Genesis. She not only made false claims, but also exposed Genesis' physical address, which she allegedly obtained from the bond paperwork, which Genesis assisted her with getting out of jail that time. So Jaguar wanted to be malicious. She went on Sean Davy Way show and basically doxed Genesis on the show. So due to Jaguar's hostile behavior at that point, she knew that she couldn't be friends with her. And so she basically did all she could to get her information removed from that bondsman paperwork or whatever. All right. So that was her main goal, was to get her information removed, because she did not trust Jaguar Wright at that point. Her behavior was unhinged, and she already went to the internet, to dox her. So she wanted to get rid of that. And again, with it may be more details, it may be less. This is just her account, what we spoke about over the phone. This is what she told me. All right. So again, it could be more details. If she want to clarify some things, that's fine. This is what I gathered collectively from what she was telling me. Okay. So at that point, Genesis decided to attempt to remove her name and address from Jaguar Wright's bond to avoid being held liable if she ended up back in jail, which she was gone because of the barbershop thing. She didn't want to. She was done with her. Period. She was done with her. Okay, so then what she did was, Genesis, feeling desperate, in my opinion, was feeling desperate to remove her personal information and didn't want nothing to do with Jaguar Wright at that point. She teamed up with a blogger named King World to gather information that could lead to Jaguar's arrest. She was allegedly told that this was the only way to remove her information from the bond. This is what she told me. All right. So then Jaguar Wright got arrested during her live YouTube video. She was unexpectedly arrested after she was singing and all type of stuff, being Jaguar. She was arrested. And so that was because of Genesis and the blogger named King World. That was their plan, allegedly. He supplied the address allegedly to basically set her up to get arrested, is what I was told. So then she was arrested on live video. That's still on her YouTube channel as well. It's hilarious as I don't know what. Um and it's sad too because she just, she's a mess. But social media users, they were speculating that it was several other bloggers who were exploiting Jaguar Wright, who was the cause of Jaguar Wright's demise, her getting locked up. So that basically started rumors, and he didn't like that Genesis didn't tell him that she basically linked up with King World. I don't know the history of these folks. That's not why I'm here. I really don't care. Don't follow them. Don't care to. But she said that Sean Davy Way was mad at her because of something completely separate from his show. Like, he was blaming her for the rumors circulating that people involved his name in, saying that he had something to do with Jaguar Wright's arrest. So when he got her on the show, after he pretended to be for her and pretended to open his platform for her to denounce everything that Jaguar said, he basically changed on her, switched up on her, turned into the devil that he is. And he, in my opinion, and he basically caught her off guard and was like, well, didn't you say that you didn't like King World? Didn't you? So he caught her off guard, had her basically stuttering and stuff. And people was trying to say, oh, because she's stuttering, she's lying in the comment section. So he basically caught her off guard, changed up on her after telling her one thing, changed up on her on live YouTube, and then changed the narrative to clear his name from these YouTube streets and forced her to take responsibility for the rumors that all of the internet said about him and Jaguar Wright's arrest. Him and King Payne had something to do with it, or whatever the internet said. He wanted her to take responsibility of the whole internet and say, oh, it's her fault that people are talking. No, it's not her fault that people put your name in anything that got to do with Jaguar, because we don't know at the end of the day what other people was doing behind the scenes. So he basically lashed out on her because of that. He made it about him and changed on her. So that was after he invited her to the show, right? He switched on Jaguar Wright. We got to say that they fell out or whatever happened, because he had Jaguar Wright on the show, and then they fell out or whatever. And then he brought Genesis on the show. I think she went on the show twice, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for leaving a comment in the chat. I appreciate y'all. So basically, after he fell out with Jaguar Wright or whatever the case, whatever happened allegedly, he invited Genesis on his show to basically clear up her name. And basically, like I said, to her surprise, he initially pretended to be her ally, pretended to be for Black women, said he had her back, yeah, Jaguar lie, all this stuff. And then he turned on her live on his show and caught her off guard. And he changed the narrative. So after that, despite Genesis' collaboration with King World being unrelated to the Sean Davy Way show or the King Payne show, that ain't got nothing to do with them. His purpose of inviting her was so that, her purpose of working with King World, is what she said, was to remove her personal information from Jaguar Wright's bond. She wasn't friends with him. They didn't have a friendship. They came together for this one thing. I guess she needed the address, and that was that. And just so happened, Jaguar Wright records every second of her life. So that embarrassing moment got caught on live. And so anyway, so after that, she figured out, it became evident to her that his motive was to perpetuate the defamation that Jaguar Wright already put out there to increase his views and monetary gain. So feeling uneasy about her image, Genesis appeared on multiple bloggers' platforms, hoping to clear her name and defend herself against now both Jaguar Wright and Sean Davy Way show. Okay, because now he started to do all the targeting and posting stuff, going on station head, insulting her, and all this stuff. Um, and regrettably, the male bloggers that she believed were unaffiliated with the Sean Davy Way show lured her into a false sense of security on their channels, only to team up with other bloggers and humiliate her online some more. This is how they treat Black women online. And mind you, she doesn't have a platform. So this is why she was going on other bloggers' pages. She's not on YouTube. She doesn't have a platform. She doesn't have anyone to be her voice. And in this case, all of these male bloggers, and including Jaguar Wright, basically exploited her and publicly humiliated her and shamed her for being heavy set, being big, or what they say, being fat. The fat phobia, the fat shaming is what she has been dealing with from this guy for almost 2 consecutive weeks. He's texting her first thing in the morning, calling her fat ass, calling her all these different names, posting her and all her text messages and things like this on his Instagram page. This is serious, because he did this to me before. He's going to do this to someone else. He also did it to Legina Gold, allegedly, from my observation of what's been going on. So this is what she told me. Okay, I have screenshots. That stuff will be on my website in the blog, because I can't play everything. I can't show everything. We're going to avoid copyright and everything. We ain't going to play nobody video, baby. It's going to be 100% charisma. And that's how we going to get down. All right. So, now he's allegedly harassing her for nearly 2 weeks at this point. Welcome, D. Sean Davy Way has reportedly harassed Genesis via text messages, deliberately, maliciously, and intentionally making defamatory videos and audio recordings on station head. Furthermore, he has weaponized his extensive online following of more than 100,000 followers on YouTube, more than 8,000 followers on Instagram, and more than 100,000 listeners on Station Head, which is a radio show app, to target Genesis for reasons that still remain unclear. This is a grown man, mind you. A grown man, 6'4", over 200 pounds. A grown man, fat shaming a woman, body shaming a woman. This is what he does. This is his MO. We're going to continue to expose it. All right. So the tactics, according to her story and from my observation and from my own experience with him sexually harassing me, and putting my naked photos on his Patreon to solicit followers and money. Yeah, that's another story. Look at the video on my channel and on my other channels. According to all that, the Sean Davy Way show, I've noticed he uses various tactics to manipulate Black women. These tactics include: 1, emotional manipulation. The show preys on the vulnerabilities of its guests, using their emotions to create a dramatic and sensational content. Number 2, false promises. The show lures women with promises of support, resources, or exposure, only to exploit them for ratings. Number 3, gaslighting. The show undermines the women's experiences and feelings, making them question their own reality. The exploitation of Black women online has gotten out of control. The public humiliation and the other Black women joining in on the fun because they're so miserable with their lives and with their selves and their own body images, that they stood by this grown Black man shaming, degrading, and humiliating this Black woman because of her size, because of how she looked. And you wonder why the femicide rate is high in this community. We have enablers like this who encourage us the abuse of Black women, not seeing themselves as the next victim, because that's surely what's going to happen. The exploitation of Black women on the Sean Davy Way show has had devastating consequences. Many women have experienced emotional trauma, public humiliation, and even long term damage to their personal and professional lives. It's crucial that we raise awareness about this issue and support this woman and other women who will come forward who have been affected by the Sean Davy Way show and his associates. In conclusion, I'm going to give y'all some ways we can raise awareness and protect our community from exploitation. I'm tired of them picking on Black women. I'm sick and tired of it, especially this person right here. Number one, share this video, share this podcast, and the stories of the affected women to raise awareness. Two, support organizations that advocate for the rights and well-being of Black women. Three, be critical of the media we consume on and off the internet and hold content creators accountable for their actions. I'm going to continue to expose this behavior from men online and women. But this is a man doing this, picking on this mother, even talked about her autistic daughter from what she said, allegedly. It's going to continue until he is stopped, until content creators like him are stopped. Because this increases the chances of a femicide. Putting out her address, putting out her personal information, threatening her, texting her. That's someone who does not have your best interest at heart. You have to be careful what platforms you go on, because you could be going on the devil's platform, baby. Y'all playing with fire on here when you don't do your background checks on these content creators, because they will do you wrong. After they pretended to like you, to care for you, and to be your friend and your ally, they will come on here and exploit you and turn the situation upside down. Meanwhile, you don't have a platform. That's called a bully. Okay? And it's getting past that. So we have to be careful, protect yourself. Get cameras. If somebody is threatening to come to your house or doxing you, go ahead and get you a Ring cam. Get you a doorbell camera. Protect yourself. Stay prepared so you can get all the evidence, everything on video. So when you defend yourself, you can say, here's A, B, and C, and D, and E. And this led up to this. Rest in peace. I hope it don't get that way. But again, you see it every day, B. Every day. You're going to mess with the wrong person. You're going to mess with the wrong person. And this person chooses his victims, thinking that they are weak. And it's generally Black women, the most unprotected and disrespected and most neglected. They want to pick on us. Not on my watch. Get yourself protected. Stand up for yourself. Keep your head up. Because he's nobody to me. Anybody who brings down another human being, anyone who bullies another human being, anyone who threatens to harm another human being, I will expose you. That's what I'm going to do on this channel, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So I want to say thank you to Genesis for sharing her story with me. I did give her resources she can check out, including ic3.gov, filing a police report, and not engaging back and forth with these online sociopaths. So if you're experiencing the same thing, my advice to you will be the same thing. File a police report. If you feel your life is threatened, start a paper trail, file a ic3.gov report, which is the Internet Crimes Reporting site. All right. So that goes directly to the FBI. If anyone is threatening you or you feel that your life is threatened, call 911 immediately. If you feel someone is coming over your house or threatening you, keep all the evidence, don't engage, and handle your business legally. Until next time, you guys, I will see you on the next video. Black women and all women, protect yourself and don't take threats lightly. Don't take any type of aggression from a male lightly. Handle yourself, handle your business, protect your family, protect your kids, and continue to come to this channel and email me, talesfromthecode777@gmail.com, and I will speak for you. So with that being said, y'all, have a fantastic night. All right, no weapons formed against you, Genesis, will prosper in Jesus' name. And anyone else targeted by these devils, no weapons formed against you will prosper in Jesus' name. So somebody needed that. I will talk to y'all on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Share your comments in the chat or in the comment section below. I'm out, y'all. Peace.